Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested is welcome to join. We'll start with the first participant, which is Billy from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay, Yogi from New York, you're next.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Cecilia is still, Felicia is still in Thailand.
Yes.
Okay. And you have any question?
I just want to report my meditation. We made with everything's good. And also, I would like to thank you to you, your kindly and lovely for the Dhamma teaching.
You're welcome. I hope you will feel happier and less dukkha, less suffering.
Thank you, Ajaan. And also, on Friday, I will back to Malaysia and come back the end of the March and back to New York.
Okay. You're visiting Felicia this time?
Yes, I do. And also my mother in my country, Malaysia.
Okay. Have a good trip.
Thank you, Ajaan. Thank you.
Okay. Next, Ricardo. Are you still in Thailand, Ricardo?
Yes, we are venerable. Nice to see you again.
Yes.
We are in Koh Samet right now and
okay, vacationing
right now.
Okay.
Happy.
How's the beach? Nice?
Nice, very nice, yes. No as nice as Wat Yang, but worldly matters.
Well, you have to have them both, right?
Right. I have to take care of my wife.
Good. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
You have any question or any comment you like to make?
Yes. First of all, my deep gratitude for the kindness that you gave us at Wat Yang. We spent a beautiful time, precious time, learning, practicing. And today I was remembering the deers that came to my kuti late at night. They scared me the first time. But they were so friendly. And I was thinking that in a habitat where there is love and compassion to all beings, especially animals, they feel secure, they feel loved, and they are not afraid of human beings. So it's an example of how we can live together, right? So I want to thank you about that.
Okay.
And I'd like to ask you one question, if it's possible. And it's on the Dhamma, on the Buddha's teachings, he talks about the four elements, wind, fire, earth, and water. And we understand it right now intellectually, but have you found in your practice that these elements are really I don't know how to say, the form or the materials, the components, the real components of all the material things?
They're the building blocks of everything that exists in the universe.
Okay.
Plus the the knowing element and the space element.
Okay.
But we can see the four, obviously, the four, the earth, water, fire, and wind. But the space element is emptiness there. You cannot really see it. And the knowing element is invisible to the human eyes. You have to see it through your meditation practice.
Okay.
So if you meditate, then you'll see the complete picture of the total the universe, the components of the universe. They are just made up of these 6 elements.
Okay.
And they keep interchanging with each other, forming and dissolving. They combine like our body. It's a combination of the 4 and plus the 5th element. The 5th, it doesn't combine in the body, but it connects to the body, the 5th element. But the 4, the water, earth, wind, and fire, they combine to produce the 32 parts of the body. You can think of it scientifically by using the scientific terminology: solid, liquid, gases, and heat. If you look at it that way, it's more like a chemical interaction.
Right.
That's all it is. The whole universe is just made up of these 6 building blocks. From the smallest, the tiniest insect to the biggest galactical stars, they are all made from either one or all of these elements.
Okay.
Like the sun, there will be no water element in the sun, but there'll be just the earth and the heat and the air element that produce the fire, the combustion. No water in the sun. It's all because of the heat that prevent the water to exist in the sun. But it is somewhere else. The water element is somewhere else. If it's not in the sun, it's in some other planet. Like our planet, we have lots of water.
Right.
So that's all there are to it. You and me are just elements. The real important element is the knowing element. This is the one that knows, that can perceive and can understand the other formation.
Right.
For scientific people, they can only see just the 5 elements, the 4, the wind, and the space element. They cannot see the knowing element. So they don't know that there's the 6th element that exists. If they could see the 6th element, then they will come to understand the whole story. How these elements interact or connect or disconnect with each other. That's all there is. When this body breaks down, the knowing element disconnects from this body. And then it goes search for a new body to connect with again. And we have a rebirth. But the problem is every time you reconnect with the body, you get dukkha, you get suffering from the body. Because the body is changing and it's moving from birth to aging to sickness and death.
Okay.
So the Buddha discovered that there's another way. We don't need to connect to our body, and we can still exist peacefully and happily by just calming our mind with mindfulness and wisdom. That's all. Once you have mindfulness, wisdom, you can stop your mind stop all your cravings for sensual pleasures. So when there's no need for sensual pleasure, then there's no need for our body. You can be happy spiritually, existing spiritually, without having to have the physical parts. because you don't need the physical parts anymore, because you can be happy without it. So you just stop what you call changing partners in a dance, you know. The mind keeps changing partners from one body to the next. You just stop dancing, that's all. Just watch, you just sit down and watch everybody else dancing.
Okay.
And losing the partner once the music stops. That's all there is to it, you know. There's nothing mysterious if you study and practice according to the Buddha's teaching. Okay, is this clear to you?
Yes, fine. And
so you have to tell your wife to stop searching for sensual pleasures and go back to the monastery.
Okay.
It's the cravings that pushing her toward these sensual pleasures. And she will gonna need a new body eventually when this body gets old and die. And she'll go reconnect with a new body again. And go after sensual pleasures again, like she's doing now. Again and again and again forever. Never stop. Until you meet an enlightened Buddha or his disciples who tell you to stop your craving and go meditate in the forest.
Yes. I found these days that I need to go back to a forest.
But there's an internal struggle. Your cravings don't want you to do it.
Yeah.
The defilement don't want you to do it. Keep pushing you back to sensual pleasure.
It's true.
But if you persist in developing your mindfulness and wisdom, you can eventually stop your craving. Then nothing will push you anymore. The Buddha said he discovered a house builder, the one that caused him to go build a new house, a new existence all the time. It's the cravings, the three cravings.
True.
You heard the Buddha said that in one of his talks, I think. He said, house builder, I have discovered you. I know who you are. So now I can get rid of you. So I don't need a new house anymore. Because every time I build a new house, the house keeps breaking down.
Dukkha.
Yeah, anicca, impermanent. No permanent physical house. There's only permanent spiritual house. The knowing element is a permanent spiritual house in itself. But we don't like to stay there. We want to keep running away from it. Because of our ignorance. Not knowing who we are and what is good for us. So we go after something that is bad for us and cause us suffering, dukkha all the time. Never ending suffering. As long as there is rebirth, there will be no end cessation to suffering. The cessation of suffering only occurs to those who doesn't take any rebirth. Okay, so you know your objective now, what that you should be pursuing. Not the pursuit of happiness, but the pursuit of no rebirth. That's the real pursuit of happiness. Is to stop pursuing happiness through the physical body and pursue your happiness through your spiritual body instead. By using mindfulness. Start with mindfulness and you will eventually get to wisdom. And then you will get to Nibbana eventually. Okay.
Thank you very much. Your wisdom always touches my heart and reveals the real path. Sometimes I take the wrong path, but you take me back to the real
That's right.
path.
You need to keep listening to Dhammatalk constantly,
Yes.
regularly, because after a while you forget, and your delusion, your ignorance will be the one to teach you what to do, tell you what to do.
Okay.
So when are you leaving Thailand?
Next week.
And back straight to Europe? Why are you stopping over?
Stop 2 days in Spain because it's too long. It's like 36 years of flight.
Yeah, long flight.
Yeah, too long.
From Bangkok, you go back to Madrid straight to.
Stop in Doha, then
Doha.
Spain, then Sao Paulo, and then
in Uruguay. You should stop by and say hello to Alfredo.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, he's in Sao Paulo. Maybe I can meet you in the airport or something.
Yeah.
He's not here yet today. Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good, enjoy your trip here, the remaining trip.
Sure. Yeah. It's been, I don't know how to express my, really, it's like, I don't know, pouring a lot of teachings and practices and all that gives me this happiness that right now I have in my face, because my spirit is full of energy and joy and going to practice more and more and all that. So deep gratitude to you.
Good. Okay. You need to practice a lot because you will have to meet your test in the future sometime.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. This year, my intention is, first of all, in May I will be an anagarika and for a month, and then my intention is to keep practicing more and more and more and more.
Good. You might end up being a monk like me eventually. Okay.
Thank you, Ajaan.
All right.
Thank you.
Next, Kenneth, professor from Bio, Switzerland.
Good afternoon, Ajaan. Ajaan, I would like to ask a question about the problem of having angry, unkind, or destructive thoughts about someone else.
That's because you expected something from them, and then when you don't get them, then you get angry at them. So you should treat them like the weather, then you won't get angry at them, because you don't get angry at the weather. You just take what the weather gives you, right? Okay, so our anger comes from our disappointment, not being able to get what we expect from anything, really, people or things. And things don't go according to our ways, we get angry, we got unhappy, so we become angry. But if you just take things as they come, then you will not get angry.
Yeah.
Buddha said, try to take things as they come. Santosa. That's a Pali term, santosa. Be happy with what you have. Be thankful for what you get.
Okay.
Even the worst of things, because that's part of life. Life is not only sweet candies, there's also some bitterness. So we have to learn to take them both.
Mm.
Both sides now, see. There's a song in the 60s called Both Sides Now.
I remember that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I find even if the contact with the other person is, even if it's very short, the thinking goes on and on and on afterwards.
That's because of your memory of that person's, your and your automatic reaction to that person from your memory of that person, that perception. So you have to use mindfulness to stop your thought first, if you can. Just when you think and you know this is bad thought, then you should use the mantra to oppose it. Just keep reciting mantra or some short phrases like Buddhang Saranam Gacchami, Dhammang Saranam Gacchami. Just keep doing this for a while, and then your bad thought will eventually stop.
Yeah.
And then if you want to, then you study the nature of that person. Look at that person that is just like a work of nature. Work of nature is something that we cannot control or force it to be anything we want, So eventually we'll just accept that person for what he or she is and don't expect anything more than that.
Okay. Yeah, I find also the carryover of this becomes really a hindrance to the practice, because it's like the hindrance.
Yeah, become a hindrance because you have anger every time you think of somebody that you don't like.
Yeah.
So the formula is to use loving kindness, is to forgive and forget if you can.
Yeah.
But if you cannot forget, then you have to use mantra to forget, to stop it from remembering.
Okay.
And then use wisdom to look at that everything is like there are natural phenomena in which we cannot force or control. Sometimes we can, sometimes we cannot. So just take them for what it is, what they are. Take things as they are.
Okay.
But you need strong mindfulness, because when your mindfulness is not strong, your reaction becomes stronger. You have to reprogram your reaction. Instead of anger, you should use loving kindness.
Yeah.
Instead. Be friendly to everybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Very helpful. Thank you. Very clear, Ajaan.
All right. We'll go to Lillian from Bangkok. Lillian and your son. What's his name?
What's your name?
Tell me, don't tell your mother. Your mother knows your name.
Ajaan is asking you what's your name. Lala.
Okay. You have any question?
Yep, he has 2 questions for you, Ajaan.
Okay, speak louder. Come closer to the screen.
Speak louder.
Does animals have karma?
Yes, animal just like us. We have karma. That's why they became animal, because they did bad karma. In the past life, they steal food from other people, steal things from other people. So this life, they have to become animals.
Okay. So don't steal anything. Second.
Is
Sure.
hell and heaven real?
Repeat again.
Is hell and heaven real?
Yes, but it's not a place. It's how you feel. When you feel bad, that's hell. When you feel good, that's heaven. You feel good someday, right? When you feel good, you're happy. It means you are in heaven already. When you feel bad, you're not happy, then you're in hell. Okay, it's not a place. It's not a place like Kuala Lumpur or Bangkok. It is your state of mind, your state of your feeling that can change depending on your good and bad karma. When you do good karma, you will feel good. then you're in heaven even before you die. You don't have to wait for you to die to go to heaven. According to Buddhism, you go to heaven right after you do good karma. If today you give some food to somebody who needs the food, you will feel happy. You'll feel good.
You're happy, right?
But it's a short-lived heaven. You have to keep doing every day to make it last longer. So you have to keep doing good karma all the time when you can. When you meet people, do good things for them. Don't do anything bad for them. Make them happy, then you will feel happy too. Like your mother, you want to make your mother happy, you do what she tells you to do. Then she'll be happy and you will be happy too. Can you do that?
Can you do that?
Okay. All right.
No. Okay. I don't have any questions, but I think I'm in the same stage as Kenneth. Really hard to shake off that expectations of other people, including my kids. So it's like I'm trying my best to keep my mood in tow every day, but it's so hard not to get angry, because sometimes you might be patient for 1 hour, but after the second hour, there's only so
You have
so
to
much.
constantly think of anatta, sappe dhamma anatta. Everything is anatta.
Yes.
Everything is the work of nature, not the work of any person.
It's true.
So everything is nature. We live in a natural world. When we try to separate and create a conceptualized world in which there are people and things that we can control, but actually they are part of nature, and they go according to the law of nature. Sometimes they break down, sometimes they build, they grow, sometimes they fall apart. This is how nature works. So try to look at everything like they are all the work of nature. So you don't expect anything from them. But you can do certain things for them to a certain level, but not everything and not at every level. Because there will be a limit to your ability to control nature.
Okay. We'll try.
Just keep telling yourself you're dealing with the weather. When you see your son, your husband, you say, here comes my weather. Whether it's going to be hot today or it's going to be cold today, you'll find out soon. When you see them, you don't know whether they're going to be hot today or cold today, right? Whether they're going to be good today or they're going to be bad today. Because they themselves keep changing, their minds constantly, their emotions constantly keep shifting from good to bad. Someday they have good feelings, so they act good. Someday they have bad feelings, they act bad. They cannot even control their own feeling. How can we control their feeling? Or even our own feelings, we cannot even control them sometimes. Just think of anatta. You can remember anatta, then you let go of everything.
Yes.
Sappe dhamma anatta.
Trying really hard, because for my son, he doesn't like to eat. He only likes to eat like kano most of the time. So normally during meal times, it's really take a lot of patience from all of us. Like when we finish our meal, he hasn't even started his meal. He'll be talking, and then maybe he just doesn't like to eat, and he's so thin. So
well, that's your problem, see, because you provide them with all the cookies. Don't buy cookies, just don't store any cookies or candies in the house, just store food.
Yeah, actually we tried that, and the thing is, let's say after he come back from school at 3 o'clock, he would say he's very hungry. So I'll just give him some bread, and then after that he can't really eat dinner, so everything gets messed up, and it's a challenge for us at the moment. So we
Yeah,
try not let him.
you have to teach them discipline that there's time to eat and there's not a time to eat. When it's not time to eat, you just have to wait.
Yep.
It's just a matter of training to restrain your cravings. Don't let his craving go out of hand.
Yep.
See, that's the problem with parents when they raise children. They're not tough on them because they love them, so they want to please them. Sometimes they have to send them to boarding school.
Yeah.
That's the only place they will learn any discipline. And they come back when they come back from boarding school.
That's true.
Because nobody pleased them at boarding school, right? They got rules, they got schedules that everybody has to follow. But at home, you don't, you're not strict. You just you don't want to displease your children. You want to make them happy. But this is the wrong way of making them happy. Spoiling them.
We actually don't give him a lot of kanum, but when he's really hungry, he becomes like a broken recorder. Like, I'm hungry, and there's like
just not time to eat yet. Just not time to eat yet. Or maybe just give him something, just like a glass of milk or something, and wait and wait. Because if you give too much, you will not be able to eat at dinner time, which is maybe an hour or two away.
Yeah.
But maybe it's difficult now because it has become a habit already.
We'll try our best.
If you started from the beginning, there wouldn't be this problem. There won't be this problem. If you treat your house like a boarding school.
Yeah. We actually tried a lot of ways, though. We tried to actually be very strict. We tried to be loose. We tried to be middle. And it has
Send
been
him to boarding school. Send him to boarding school. That's the best solution.
Sometimes when we are very angry, we say we'll send you to boarding school, and he gets very upset.
Yeah. You have to follow through your threat. So your threat becomes real. So next time you just threaten, and then he will stop.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. From Taiwan, Eugene. You've been away for a while. What happened? Celebration, New Year celebration.
Good evening, Ajahn. I used something to do the work, then hit my right eyes. So maybe 1 month take rest until now to see you.
I see. Are you well now?
Become better, so can join today before Chinese New Year. When I hit my right eyes, the first 24 hours cannot see anything. Then I try to recite a mantra, dukkha, anicca, anatta. But when I'm reciting, my mind still except wish the eyes become better soon. So I understand the dukkha, anicca, anatta for me, not still a knowledge, still not get into my mind.
Okay. You have any question today?
I have a small question. For example, young people want to become a monk, but their parents only has one son. They don't have any brothers and sisters. Then after become these young guys become monks. Then when parents get older and older, then nobody to serve their health. In the Vinaya, any mention about that?
Yes, the Buddha allowed monks to look after their parents. So there's no problem there.
Oh, but the monk can send the medicine and the money for his lay family.
For his parents, yes, the mother and father, but not other people.
Oh, but if the parents go to a hospital, maybe needs 1 million or a lot of money, the monk should support this money or just let it be.
It depends whether the monk has the money or not.
So involved in the Vinaya, send a little bit money, support to Medicare is allowed.
No, according to the Buddha, he said the monks can share his 4 living requisites with his parents: food, clothing, and medicine. If he has any, but if he doesn't have any, then he cannot give anything.
Oh, I see. So still see what this month he have. If he have a good karma to get a lot of money to support family, only can give the father and the mother.
Yes, and only on the necessity of life, nothing luxury like an automobile or a house or something luxurious.
Oh, so
something basic for maintaining life.
So operation and the wheelchair is allowed, but luxury things cannot.
Yes, if it's medicine for taking care of the body, yes.
So can pay a nurse stay at home to take care of the monk's parents or not?
Well, see, it depends on the monk's financial status, which usually I don't think he can afford that, because monks are not supposed to have any money. Monk only get just the things for use, like food in the morning and a place to stay. If a parent doesn't have a place to stay, sometimes they can come and stay in the monastery.
Oh, really?
If that's the last resort, if there's no other place for them to go.
Okay.
But they have to follow the rules of the monastery also. They have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. They have to meditate.
I see.
They just don't come here and stay in the monastery as an old home people. That's not the case. They have to be 8 preceptor, for instance, if they stay in the monastery.
Oh, so if the monk's parents want to stay in the monastery, it must receive the 8 vows.
They have to practice. They have to study the Buddha's teaching, not just living off the food of the monastery.
I see.
No time Mahaprabhu took his mother and live in the monastery, but she has to become a machi. He looked after her until she died.
So if the parents different religions, I think it's impossible, right?
Well, there are ways that you can manage. Your parents can save money, because when they have the money, they don't need the son to look after them.
I see.
Because sometimes what happens if the son dies? Then how they gonna do? What they gonna do? So they cannot rely on the son, solely on the son. They have to have other alternatives also. Or what if the son decides to go and live with his wife instead, looking after the parents? What they gonna do?
I see.
See, I think these are just excuses that your defilement is trying to put in front of you to prevent you from becoming a monk. That's all.
So if
the Buddha left the palace and he became a monk.
Oh yes. So in China, some different religions they say Buddha is not a good husband and not a good son because
he's a good monk. See?
Yes.
You cannot be both. You cannot be a good mom and a good husband at the same time.
Because it's samsara.
Okay.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
All right. Naomi, you're next. From Toronto.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I find my practice is improving very gradually, and I can maintain some calm throughout the day. And on the days that I'm focused on my practice, I can get into some partial samadhi that's very pleasant and good, but it takes so much effort to stay there. I feel I can't maintain that effort all the time. And so because of that, my practice goes up and down all the time just because I can't keep up the same effort all the time.
You have to continue when you come out meditation, you continue to develop mindfulness. Then eventually you will be able to stay longer inside and easier to get inside. And even when you come outside, you will feel much calmer and that will last longer. But you have to have continuous mindfulness. So when you come out of meditation, continue with your focus on your body or on your mantra. Don't let your mind run wild, as if there's nothing to restrain it. You have to constantly restrain your thoughts. Only allow it to think only on the essential things. Don't allow it to go daydreaming or fantasizing. Okay, so mindfulness is the key for your meditation success. You have to do it all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. You have to focus on something, either on a mantra or on your body movement. Then your mind cannot be going wild, becoming restless or agitated. And you have to meditate a lot also, not just once or twice a day. Do it many, many times a day, as much as possible. As soon as you have nothing to do, meditate. As soon as you got nothing to do, meditate. Don't do anything else. Don't watch YouTube. Don't talk to your friends. You have to be alone, to succeed in meditation. You cannot be a socialite. Leave all your friends behind. If you want to go into meditation, you cannot take your friends with you. Okay.
Okay, yes, Ajahn, thank you.
I saw your sister on the second day when she came, the first day when she came to the monastery.
Yeah.
Did you know she already shaved her head?
Yeah. Yeah. And also Kunju sent me some pictures also. Yeah.
Very determined, huh?
Yes. She is.
I think she's doing well. I'm sure.
Oh, good.
Okay, you said something else?
I have one more question. I like to contemplate on emptiness sometimes when I'm thinking about things. I think it's really helpful. And is my picture?
It's okay. No, go ahead. I can still hear you.
Okay. So I'm actually wondering if contemplating on emptiness, I feel like it contains the three characteristics, the anicca, anatta, dukkha. And especially so if you contemplate on the emptiness of the body and feelings, I'm wondering if that's one way to enter the stream to attain to Sotapan eventually.
No, I think the word emptiness here really means no self. There's no self in anything. Everything is like nature, work of nature. This is what it means by emptiness. They are all work of nature. You cannot control, not under your control. The goal is to stop you from trying to control everything, control your body. Yeah. Like try to prevent your body from getting sick, for instance. Stop getting old. This is something that you cannot do. So that's more the purpose of contemplating on emptiness. Emptiness is the emptiness of a self. There is no self. It's just a natural phenomenon. Everything, the body is a natural phenomenon. Feelings are natural phenomena, and they keep changing like the weather. Sometimes you have good feelings, sometimes you have bad feelings, sometimes you have neutral feelings. They just keep changing back and forth depending on causes, things that produce these feelings. So just try to, the goal is to teach the mind to learn to accept everything as they come, as they are. Not emptiness like space. I don't think that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. I think like sort of imagining everything just like bubbles, like popping, just like it's nothing, there's nothing, like, you know, thinking about the body or work or anything, just like it's nothing, there's nothing there. It's it'll just change into and dissolve into nothing.
That's right. They're not like bubbles. They are like mirages.
Yeah.
They are there. They are real, but they don't last. Like they're like smoke. You know. The smoke rises into the sky and then it eventually dissipates and disappears. The body rises and eventually it will disappear. Everything that we create, that we build on nature form, they form and then one day they will break up. So there's no self, no nothing that lasts, you know, in anything. No lasting core in our body, for instance.
Yeah, I guess emptiness is really just another way of talking about anicca, anatta, dukkha, really. It's just, right? Or
yeah, when you contemplate on things as empty, that's you really mean empty of a self.
Okay.
But eventually the mind can become empty when it goes into jhana, empty of thoughts and feelings, and the namakanda will stop function temporarily. No feelings, no thought, no perception, no consciousness of the five sensual objects. But this is temporary. And nibbana is permanent. When you don't have all these things, your mind becomes just merely knowing. When there's no longer a body connected to the mind, then all the namakanda will have no purpose. They don't know what to do anymore because there are no sensual pleasures for them, no sensual objects for them to perceive and to feel and to think as what to do with them. But that's the result of our contemplating of the three characteristics of existence. To let go of our attachment, clinging, our desire for them. We should leave them alone. Don't have any desire for them to be or not to be, to last or not to last. It's up to them, not for us to say. The body is gonna last, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. It's not for us to say or expect. Because if we do, we can become sad, we can become miserable, unhappy. Leave it to nature. That's why I say the word anatta means leave it to nature. Everything is part of nature. Nature will be the one to decide what happened to your body, to my body, when it will break up, when it will no longer exist. What we can do is assist nature. Right now we can do by trying to maintain this body to continue on existing. And one day nature will say, no longer, you cannot do it anymore. Then you will have to accept that. That's why we should contemplate on getting sick and die also a lot, to prepare the mind to be ready for this to happen and not to have any reaction to it. Have acceptance, no denial. Denial can cause you stress, cause you suffering. If you accept, then there will be no suffering. Your mind will become peaceful. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'll go to Kokseng next from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. I have no questions at the moment. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay, Kwan Liman from Malaysia.
Ajaan, I'm still practicing. On some days, I will go to the temple and practice and stay until late evening and come home. Because it's not like in Thailand, it's so easy to check into monastery and stay for a few days. But here, it's not allowed. So I'll stay and then come back in the evening.
Well, do whatever you can, as much as possible.
Yes.
Make your home a temple. Try to find a room, set it up, and put a sign in front of the room. This is the temple. Do not disturb. And then lock yourself up in the room. And just practice sitting and standing meditation in the room. You ever try that? Just sit on a chair and meditate, and when you feel tired, stand up and meditate. And after you feel tired from standing, sit again. Just doing these two positions. Then you don't need to go to a temple if you can have a quiet room to yourself.
Yes, I have a quiet room by myself.
Then you can do that. Just do these two postures. Standing and sitting.
Standing and sitting.
And you don't have to use a full lotus posture. Just sit on a comfortable chair. You don't want to discipline your body. You just want to discipline your mind. You want to restrain your mind.
How to do the standing meditation?
You stand by your chair when you sit and you feel tired. You stand up and continue meditating. That's all.
Okay.
Continue watching your breath or reciting Bhutto. And when you feel tired standing, sit down and do the same thing again.
Yeah. I can also do walking meditation outside the...
No, we don't want you to move. Just want to stay fixed in one spot.
Oh, okay.
Because your craving wants to move around. So it wants you to move the body around.
Yes.
This is just a occasional practice, not all the time. Normal practice you can change. You can change your sitting to walking to standing to lying down. But on this special occasion, you just want to do just these two positions, sitting and standing.
For how long?
It depends as long as possible. You have say you go to the temple for one day. When you do it one day in your room, then you don't need to go to the temple. You can meditate in a room in your house.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try.
This is to restrain your cravings with mindfulness and meditation. Not allowing your cravings to do anything, not to watch anything, to listen to anything, even Dhamma. You don't want to use anything external.
Because every day I still think of going to Wat Yan.
That's also cravings. Sometimes it can come in the disguise of going to the temple, and it actually wants to get out of the house.
Okay.
If you can somehow manage to sit and stand in your room for as many hours as possible, maybe your mind can become calm and feel there's no need to go anywhere.
Okay.
Once you can stop your cravings.
Yes, because I always think I want to go to the temple, I want to go to the monastery and practice, and I have to go out from the house. Yeah.
So you can see things and hear things different from what you see in your house. Your mind craves for sensual objects all the time. So find an excuse to get out.
No, I want to get out to the temple, not get out to.
Yeah, but on the way to the temple, you'll see things and hear things.
In the temple also, I will find a place, and do walking or sitting meditation. So when I'm tired, I will sweep the floor, sweep the leaf around the Bodhi tree. Yeah.
Because your mind is still restless. It has to move the body around.
Yes.
So if you restrain it by not allowing to move the body around, then if you can do that, then you have a strong mindfulness.
Okay.
Yeah. All the things that you want to do, they are just excuses for your craving. Your craving doesn't want to be still. Your mind doesn't want to be still. It wants to keep moving. But our goal is to stop the mind. We want to still the mind. So this is a good excuse not to go to. If finding a temple to go to is difficult, then stay at home, stay in your room, lock yourself in the room, and tell people not to disturb you.
Okay.
Just try for one day, okay? See how it works out. Tell people, don't worry, you just want to meditate in your room.
Okay.
Maybe for 6 hours, for 8 hours, or whatever hour.
Yeah, just like when I have COVID last time, I locked myself in the room for 8 days.
Yeah, but you still move around your room, right?
Yes.
But this practice not allow you to do anything except standing and sitting, not even sleeping, not allow you to sleep either, not lying down. Just you against your craving, fighting against each other, see who's gonna win.
Okay. Yes, because I'm struggling to keep mindfulness.
All right.
Okay.
Try. See how long do you last? How many hours can you last?
Okay. Okay. I'll try.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. Yeah, I think I also would like to take on the only month challenge of practicing in my room for certain amount of time, standing, sitting only. Yeah.
Yes, you want to try that?
Yeah, I want to do.
Yeah, see how it works.
Yeah.
You can do mantra, you can chant, you can watch your breath, you can recite the 32 parts of the body.
But no Dhamma.
No reading, no listening.
Okay.
Nothing external. Everything has to come from your mind itself.
Okay, so we can face the mind.
So you can restrain your craving, and eventually, if your craving stop, then you'll find peace.
Okay.
You'll find that there's nothing to push you to move around anymore.
Except for, of course, meal time, I suppose.
If you're thirsty, you just put a bottle of water next to your seat. And if you have to pee, then you just find a container and pee in it. So you have no excuse to go to the toilet.
What about having our meal?
Well, you do this after you finish your one meal, your meals, and you no longer need to eat anymore for that day.
Okay, just after, say, the lunch time.
Whatever, if you eat one meal a day, maybe in the morning, when you finish the meal, free all day long to do this practice.
Okay. Okay, I'll try to take up that challenge. Thank you, Ajaan. That's all for now.
Okay. Next, Christine Goe from Penang.
Good evening, Long Po, Ajahn. I'm counting down to meet Ajahn next month, mid of February. So actually, before we go to Thailand, we have 6 temples. Then my team leader was asking, is there any small gift we can buy and bring over to Thailand? Maybe like some drinks, beverage, or some daily usage. So actually, we don't know what we should bring along. Of course, we do order food in Wat Nhan, and we also going to offer funds to the temple. Don't know, Tan Ajahn, any advice?
That's enough already. Don't have to. Just bring yourself and your mindfulness with him.
Okay.
Don't carry too much stuff. There's no need to. Yeah. If you want anything, you can buy in Thailand when you get here.
Yeah. Because previously my late master did says no need to bring anything. It's very easy if really want to donate funds.
Yeah.
Easy for the disciple. Okay. We will come at mid of February.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn.
Next, Melinda from Singapore.
No questions for now. Listening in.
Okay. Yen So also from Penang.
Ajahn, good evening. No question, yeah.
Okay. Sulan from Singapore. Tonight you come in early.
Oh yeah, I came here earlier today. Not off earlier, so.
So you have any questions?
No questions. Just turning a little down. Yeah.
No question, right?
Yeah, no question.
Okay. Maybe later. Okay. Somchai from Pennsylvania. Erie, Pennsylvania. You have to unmute your microphone first.
Mute the microphone. Okay. Good evening, and Ajahn. And I believe I get in quite a bit about calm the mind down and also stress down, and because I use when one day I go to work, I think it's 2 days ago, and the snow is coming below temperature, and the tire gets flat right on between it. So I started thinking about you calm down. Remember Ajahn tell you about this. You calm down first before you smash everything. So after that, I remember I have the membership on the service silo. So I call them, they come to help. So the good thing I still put in myself. Other than that is, I probably didn't know that, but this is a benefit of I got it. So I'm thinking about when, because Tanpa Ajaan said, when you go put in yourself and thinking what you do too, and that try get fed between go to work at 6:30 somewhere, and snow's coming down, and the wind and the temperatures below, and I don't know what to do. Then I calm down and I remember I have membership from the service, so I call them. They come to help. Then after I get work, and I said, that's the way how this thing works. I said, so I just thinking all the way with you all the time about that. So I like one person said, gradually get in about calm mind down, and if you're not stressed or you not get bad temper too much, you will get this pretty well, I think. So I just thinking about that. But
yeah, you'll live longer if you have no stress.
So as I very glad and happy what I can get 1 or 2 words. I still I still meditate.
Yes,
but,
you should do a lot of that as much as possible, because this will keep your mind calm.
Yes, and I went to see doctor. I test it again. They said there's something in my liver and have a dot in it. I said, how's that happen? I said, like you tell someone on the Zoom here, on the room, he said, that let that nature body give to the nature to control to that. So I thought I would take care of my body pretty good, pretty well on that, but for some reason, after doctor scanned a couple of days ago, said you have some dot in that. I said, so all right, happen what's gonna happen. So okay, so
yeah, just take whatever will be, will be.
Yes.
Que sera, sera.
So that's, I remember. Thank you, Tanpa Ajaan. So okay. Not
right.
too much question today. So.
Okay, don't work too hard. Relax.
Thank you. Okay. Good evening. Okay, thank you, sir.
Philip from Malaysia. Philip, where's Adeline?
Good evening, Ajaan. Adeline, I think she is listening in another room, putting the kid to sleep. Yeah. Ajaan, I just have I've been listening to your talks also on a Sunday on Facebook. Often, every other now and then, you get questions on people asking you what is first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, what is apana samadhi and things like that. And you read a lot. I mean, you have explained a lot, and a lot of people have also read a lot in the book. But I guess it's a bit difficult to really understand if you have not reached that stage yet. It's like as if, my understanding is this. I mean, if a person has not eaten like white rice, something as simple as white rice, I'm trying to explain to you how the taste of white rice is. You'll never get it, right? Until you actually taste it.
That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, the people asking, what is this, what is that, I think it's just you need to do it and taste it. I mean, something as white rice. If somebody has not eaten white rice, I tell you, white rice tastes like, it's a bit bland. Thai rice is a bit fragrant, but you still don't get it. You need to taste it.
Right. This thing needs to have the actual experience happening. to really understand.
Yeah.
So it's better to teach people how to do it rather than explaining to them what it is like.
Yeah.
So I just keep people to keep on focused on the meditation object. That's all they need to do.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like when you have eaten the rice, you get it. I mean, and then when you gotten the fourth jhana, you get it. I mean, you don't need, any more explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just I mean, I've been listening to it, and there was just a thought that just came up.
Don't look at the food, just eat it when you see, and you'll find out for yourself what it is like.
Yeah. Because it's like watching a cookbook. You look at all the pictures and you look at it. Right? You need to just cook it and eat it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, it's just an observation. Seems similar.
People like to ask a lot, and this can become a hindrance to your practice. Because when you practice, you start to imagining what level of jhana am I in now. When you do that, you stop your meditation completely. You're not meditating anymore.
One more question on meditation. Ajaan, if you do the mantra meditation, usually I do the breath. At times when if I cannot get settled down, I'll use a mantra or use to chant. After probably a long period of time, is it a loss of mindfulness, or it happens that the mind just drops off the chanting or drops off the mantra? You say, I'm not going to do this anymore. I just want to be quiet. It just cease to exist. Even though you try to nudge it along to say Buddha, 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 you say, that's enough.
It means your mind wants to be calmer.
Yes. Yeah. So it's
your mind wants to be still.
Okay. So it happens, right? It happens.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So it happens.
If you don't want to recite, then you keep watching your breath instead. And so don't let your mind think about anything.
Even if it doesn't want to recite anymore, if you watch the breath disappears. It just wants to be in that moment, sitting there. So it just knows everything. It just knows everything. So it's just calming, not calming. I mean, it just settles down.
Yes, and as long as it doesn't think, then it's okay. But as soon as you start to think, you have to stop it again.
Okay.
The goal is to stop thinking.
Okay.
Then your mind can become still, peaceful, and happy. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Go to Diana from Wales. Been away for a few weeks.
Greetings, Ajaan. Yes, I'm back. I notice when I'm focusing on the breath on the tip of my nose, the sensation becomes really intense. It's really like almost like pain, like a strong sensation. Does that happen sometimes?
Maybe because your mind is still tense. When your mind is being forced to restrain, it will react by being tense. Yeah. And it can start feel some kind of a feeling of pressure or some parts of your body. Sometimes you feel there's an ache in your head or something. But these are all the mind's reaction to being forced to be still. So don't pay any attention, don't worry. It will go away after you finish your meditation. Or when your mind becomes calmer, it will disappear by itself. So there's nothing to do. Just to be aware. That's all. That it is one of the consequences of meditating.
And at night, when my mind is busy, sometimes I use Bhutto, and then go on to my breath to help me go to sleep. Is that wrong to use it there?
Yes, because one of the reasons you could go to sleep because you keep thinking. You're thinking a lot.
I find it really helpful. It helps
So
me sleep.
you can strain your thoughts by using Bhutto or watching your breath.
And that sort of I guess just stopping the mind a bit is just really nice.
But it's not considered meditation though, because you don't have mindfulness once you go to sleep. The difference with meditation and sleep is that when the mind becomes still, you have mindfulness when you meditate. You're still aware of what's going on in your mind. But when you go to sleep, you're not aware of your mind or your body.
I'm trying not to do more than one thing at once. That's the real battle for me.
Yeah, it takes time. Don't worry. Just be patient. You start changing your habit from using your right hand to your left hand. It takes time.
Yeah, but I do feel calmer most of the time. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Rebecca Alfredo from Sao Paulo. Ricardo might want to see you when he goes back from Thailand. He's stopping over in Sao Paulo.
Oh, he arrived arrived in Thailand.
Yeah, he's in Thailand right now. He's in here. You see him up there on the screen, waving to you.
No, I know met him.
I'm here.
See?
Neither.
Can you see him now? He waves to you.
No, I don't see him. Only for.
Say something, Ricardo.
Yes.
Hello. Hola Alfredo, ¿cómo va você?
Oh, Ricardo, good practice. It's more easy to practice in temple than in house.
Yes, true.
Yeah, there are too many too many temptation at the house. Too many distractions.
Dangerous is that have our control. I cry a little, but it's normal. Dhamma, liberty of samsara is the goal. Ricardo, pay attention, Anapanasati, body, Vedana, mind, and Dhammas. What are more difficult? Body, Vedana, mind, or Dhammas, Ricardo?
Yes.
You can chat. You can send him message in the chat. You can turn on the chat and send message to. You can chat and between you two. Okay.
Oh yes. Oh, but in Anapanasati, body, Vedana, mind, and Dhammas are together, né, Bante? He goes together. Vedana sensations is more usual. No, it's more common, né, Bante? But mind is meditation, is samadhi, né? Dhamma is not climbing, né? He comes together, né, Bante?
What comes together? The mind, body?
Body, Vedana, mind, and Dhammas. Four Satipathanas.
Patanas. What do you mean by patanas?
Satipathanas.
Satipatthana.
Yes.
The body, feeling, and the mind.
And the Dhammas.
And the Dhamma, yes.
Yes, he came together, né, Bante?
They're always working together, but you don't see it that way. See, right now you have the body, you have the mind, you have the feeling, and you have the Dhamma. See? But we don't see it. We see people and things, instead. We see picture, we see, things we like to eat, things we like to see. So we don't see these four things.
Yes.
So we have to come back and study these four things separately. First you study about the body, then you study about the feeling, then you study about the mental states, and then you study about the Dhamma.
Yes. And Samadhi supporting all, né, Bante?
Yes, if you have no Samadhi, your mind will not be able to do this study. Your mind will be pulled away by your defilement to go after sensual objects.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I pay attention in Sati.
Yeah. Practice mindfulness first. Then you have Samadhi. Then you can study the body, the feeling, and the mind and the Dhamma.
Yes.
All right?
All right, Bante.
Okay. Next, Sri and check from Vancouver.
Hello, Ajahn.
Okay.
Ajahn, what do you mean by the body, feeling, mind, and Dhamma always working together? But we don't see it. We only see people and things.
Right, because we keep looking outside, we don't look inside the mind. See? So the feeling is in the mind, the chitta is in the mind, the Dhamma is in the mind, and the body is with the mind. See? But we don't look at these four things. We look at the other things instead. We look at the house, we look at the husband, we look at the wife, the kids, and then we become attached to them, and then we become restless and agitated by them. We don't look at the body as such. We don't look at aging, sickness, and death. We don't looking at the 32 parts of the body. We don't look at the building blocks of the body, which is the four elements. We don't see the changing nature of the body. We don't see the changing nature of the feelings. From this morning to now, how many feelings you have already? Have you counted? How many times you feel good? How many times you feel bad? How many times you feel neutral? You don't see these things because you don't look at them. In mindfulness, you bring your mind back inside to where all these things happen, in the mind.
With mindfulness, you can actually know how many feelings you have, in every moment.
Well, not every moment, but at least you know when you have feeling, and you know when your mind start to react to this feeling, then you can then stop it from reacting. That's all. When you have bad feelings, you grab for a bottle of Coke. So so if you have mindfulness, then this is not a way to deal with your bad feeling. The way to deal with your bad feeling is just to be merely aware of its nature, that is temporary, and it will eventually change. So there's nothing to do. There's no need to do anything with this bad feeling. It will go away by itself. If you wish for something, then to deal with your bad feeling, then you become addicted to this thing. To every time you have bad feelings, you will have to reach for this thing to get rid of your bad feeling. So people have overeating problem because every time they have bad feeling, they eat. Rather than use mindfulness and wisdom to study the nature of feeling. Okay.
I did the research on the fertilized and unfertilized eggs that we discussed last.
Yeah, okay. What happened?
I didn't know hen will lay eggs anyways. Like even if they don't mate with a rooster. So there are two, like, so in the commercialized hens, they
don't have rooster to so there's no fertility in the eggs.
Right, and they also go through the process of they will check the egg to make sure it's not fertilized. So it's highly unlikely that the egg cells in the commercialized
has any living being inside.
Yes, but in the farm, they sometimes they have the rooster together with the hen. So then the chances are you might get fertilized egg if you buy direct from the
farm.
Like local, like non like commercialized place.
But if they want to produce hen, if they want to produce chicks, then that's a different time.
So yeah, I think they don't really sell because they usually checked it and it's quite precious, right? So they'll keep it. So usually people will just keep the fertilized eggs.
So to summarize, they know which eggs has chicks in them or not.
Yeah,
so you can be pretty safe to buy eggs in the market and won't cause any killing.
Yeah.
When you eat those eggs.
Yeah, they do the candling process to see the inside. You can see. Yeah, so
they have X-ray or something to see inside.
X-ray. That's a simple light, I think candle or something.
Or candles. Yeah.
There's a candling process.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I feel bad.
Now you know something.
Yeah, so you yeah, good reminder that you help me like if I don't know something, just do the research. I didn't think that I should do my research. So I think
that's what wisdom is. That's what wisdom is. To study and understand something that you don't understand before, like your body, your feelings, and your emotions, and your mental emotions. This is something that you need to study, but this is difficult because there are no. You have to do it yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. We can teach you how to do it, but you have to do it yourself. You need the tool. You have to develop the tool yourself, and the tool to use is mindfulness. Okay. Anything else? Sri?
No questions today. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. I'll go to Sarah. Hi, Sarah. From Spokane.
Yes. Hi. Good morning, or afternoon, or evening.
Okay.
I have a couple questions.
Please go ahead.
One of them is, why is bhavana both intoxicating and so painful that it goes from one to the other? It's very enjoyable, and then it's very awful. And where I see the very awful is usually in the middle of the night, where it's very painful. The dukkha is very painful, and so I often take a little sleeping pill. But I'm puzzled by why it's also very intoxicating.
What is intoxicating?
Just because the things of life and things you're working on, and it's a good question. I don't know, the thing that keeps me, the little engine that keeps me going every day, and with planning and taking care of things that I've started, and it's fun, and then it seems to bite me back in the middle of the night.
Because they give you pleasure, that's why you go after them. They're essential pleasures, but they also can be problematic because they sometimes are not under your control. When things do not come under your control, you can become stressful. or worry?
Yeah, a lot of them are, you know, I'm a writer, so they don't seem like sensual pleasure, but it is a kind of pleasure.
Yes, maybe mental pleasures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides the sensual objects, you also can enjoy your thought as a form of pleasure also, when you think of something pleasurable to you.
Very much.
But they are also impermanent, and sometimes they cannot give you the pleasure that you want. And that's when you will get stress or sadness from not being able to get pleasure from your thoughts.
Yeah, that's what it is. They turn into they turn into something of the hell realm sometimes at night. The thoughts are, there's too many, it's too fast, and I lose all pleasure.
That's right. So it's better to get pleasure from stopping your thoughts. Because if you can stop your thought, you have another type of pleasure called peace. Peace and contentment.
Yeah. So that's one question I also have about striking the balance between, and in meditation, between directing your attention and not being too controlling, you know? Yeah.
Yes, eventually you will learn that there are things that you can control and there are things that you cannot control. So when you run into the situation in which you cannot control things, then you just have to let it be, let them be. But if you can control things, continue on controlling them. But you know that this is also not long-lasting. Sooner or later it will be uncontrollable sooner or later, sometime in the future.
But do we try to cultivate that control by directing attention and meditation, right?
Yes, because if you can control or you know how to deal with them, then there will be no stress. Know when to stop controlling them. Know when to stop. The point is to know when to stop controlling.
Huh.
Our problem is we cannot stop controlling. Once we have this habit of controlling things, we want to continue controlling them all the time.
Yeah.
And one day we're gonna come into a situation where we cannot control. And that's when we become stressful because we still want to control them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to learn to let go. And meditation is a way of letting go. When you meditate, you leave everything alone and enter into the cave of your mind. Leave the body, leave the thought, leave everything alone temporarily.
Aren't you trying to keep your attention in a particular meditation object, though?
That's the goal for you to let go. See, when you focus on your meditation object, then you forget about everything else.
I see.
If you don't, then your mind is still running around toward all the objects that you like to think about. But if you force your mind to be focused on just one object, then it cannot think about other objects, other things. Then when they are not in your mind, then it's like, you know, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. So they won't create you any problem, even if there are things that you cannot control, such as your body. One day when you get sick, you cannot control it, right? You cannot tell it to get well right away. Yeah. But at least you can forget about this sickness by meditating. So you won't be stressful with the sickness of the body because you can forget about it temporarily and stop your desire to control your body. It's your desire to control the body that causes you the stress, not the sickness. Once you stop your desire to control your body and accept the body for what it is, then you will have no stress. Except the sickness.
I'm pretty good with that. It's wanting to control the mind, which is very stressful to me.
The only way to control the mind is to stop it. But you can do this only temporarily by focus on something else. Focus on your breath, focus on what you do, for instance. If you're walking, just keep watching your walking. If you're running, doing things, just keep focused on what you're doing. Then you cannot think about other things.
Okay.
But I mean, if you can still think, it means you're not focused on your body.
Yeah.
When you start, you might still keep your thought might still keep thinking because you are not yet fully focused on your body. But if you become more focused, then the thought will be less and less, and eventually it will stop when you become fully focused with your body.
Yeah, I can see that. That's true. That is true. Okay.
Or if you're focused on something, like when sometimes you focus on your work, you forget about everything else.
Yes.
Sometimes you even forget about eating, because if you're so immersed with your work, you forget about time for you to eat sometimes.
Yeah. I'm much happier if I keep a part of my if my mindfulness stays with my body. I'm much happier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Ajahn.
Practice mindfulness is the key to control your mind, to prevent it from creating stress.
Yeah.
Okay, how's your son?
He's good. He just taught a 3-day retreat.
I see. In Seattle.
Between Seattle and Portland.
Okay.
Yeah, and so a lot of people from Portland who you get to practice Dharma with him, and so a lot of new people.
There's no other Ajaan Chah's tradition monastery around that area.
Well, Portland, and out Pacific Hermitage with Ajaan Sudanto, and out, yeah. But they don't hold retreats there, and so he was at a retreat center.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I think people want to learn to meditate.
Yeah, and he taught the Anapanasati in a way he was very happy with. He's been working on that, how to convey that well.
Good. Happy for him.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Next, Alvin Lee from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. I don't have any question, just listening.
Okay, Bruce Lee from Indonesia.
Evening, Ajahn. I don't have any question. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Then we'll go to Facebook now for more questions if there's any.
Yes, there are 4 questions from Facebook, Ajahn. 2 questions from Po Liang Soon. Question is, can Ajahn explain about law of nature? Thank you.
Law of nature is the 3 characteristics. The law of nature is impermanent and no self.
And the second question is, I still remember Ajahn said that if you are not successful in your meditation, then you do not attain any merit. Can Ajahn further explain this statement and what kinds of the mind state to be able to attain the merit? Thank you.
It's like when you plant a banana tree. When you plant a banana tree, you don't get the fruits yet. It takes time for the banana tree to grow and bear fruit. Same way with meditation. When you're first starting meditating, you're just planting the tree. So it takes for some people, many years before they can get to samadhi, before they can calm their mind. So when you cannot yet calm your mind, if you cannot yet get into jhana, then you have no fruits of your practice.
And 2 questions from Metta Vandana. The first question is, Ajahn, good morning. I usually meditate at one place when I wake up in the morning. On my bed, I can do it for a long time. Do you think it is a kind of attachment? Thank you.
Maybe it's more of a convenient. As long as you can get the result from your practice, it doesn't matter where.
And the second question from Metta Vandana is, please explain about Dhammaosot. I read this term in your book, My Way.
It means Dhamma medicine. See, when we get sick, both the body and the mind also gets sick with the body. And you cannot use the medicine of the body to fix the sickness of the mind. So you need to use the Dhamma medicine. And the Dhamma medicine is the mindfulness and wisdom. Because when your body gets sick, your mind becomes stressful, become restless, agitated, and become miserable with the sickness of your body. You can, when you take medicine, you only cure the body sickness, but your mind will not be cured. You have to use mindfulness to calm your mind, calm your restlessness and agitation or the stress by either using mindfulness to calm it, get into jhana, for instance, or if you already have some jhana, you can use wisdom to teach the mind to let go of the body. That you cannot control your body. You cannot expect or tell the sickness to go away. You have to teach your mind to stop resisting the sickness and accept the sickness. Once the mind can accept the sickness, then the mind will be cured of stress, of the mental sickness. Okay.
One more question from Poliang Soon,ท่านอาจารย์ When I was facing anxious event, look like the mind is suffering. What should I do, อาจารย์
Use mantra. When you feel anxious, just keep reciting Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto to calm your mind down. Okay. If anybody would like to ask any more questions, you're welcome to raise your hand and unmute your microphone. Anybody? Usually Sulan will come up. Any questions, Sulan?
Yeah, hello, Ajahn. Thank you for spending time with us again today. Yeah, just now you were mentioning about like our feelings. If we are mindful, we can notice how we feel throughout the day. Then like I was also reflecting on how I was feeling today. I started out well. Then after that, towards the evening time, then I was feeling upset. Yeah, so I can feel the fluctuations of my emotions and feelings. Yeah, then like sometimes it feels like when I'm feeling bad, I'm being like led by the nose by my bad feelings. Then how do I come back to the present moment?
Use the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto.
Okay. Use the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody else?
Thank you, Ajahn.
Taiwan, Eugene.
Ajahn, I have a question. Many years ago, in Chinese Buddhism temples, Mechi do the shamatha meditations, and one time she was maybe in a samadhi for many hours. Then other people were wondering, is this old Mechi die or not? So touch the Mechi. Then this Mechi just dogsai, how to say that? Very shocked. Then after that, this lady gets sick, then have mental problems. So what's the reason just like this situation?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not a doctor, so I cannot tell you this. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. It's not our business to know.
Oh,
So all you need to know is about yourself, really. That's more important.
So I just want to ask, if someone get into the meditations for several hours, we should be careful don't to touch or let these people get out the samadhi, right?
Well, we should not disturb people when they meditate. Yes, that's definitely true.
Okay. So how to protect ourselves before we do the meditation? We should ask one Dhamma friend, don't let any people bother us until we finish our meditation, right?
Well, normally when you meditate alone, so you don't need to tell anybody. Because nobody will know that you meditate.
So it still have some danger if someone bother our samadhi or meditation?
Well, it just will interrupt the thought. It's like when you're watching movies and somebody interrupt you, you're watching the movie. There's no any real physical danger or anything like that.
So for us, just like first step, new practitioners, don't worry about that. But if very deep meditation, just have to take care about that, right?
No, if you can, the only way you can get into deep meditation is to be alone. So there's no shouldn't be any problem with this thing at all.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Thank you for Ajaan.
Okay. Okay, anybody else? Looks like Sulan again. Okay. Sulan.
Oh yeah, thank you, Ajaan. Yeah, I got another question is that I've been trying to meditate at least once a day. Then recently I noticed that every time when I open my eyes, the timer is showing 8 minutes or like 9 minutes. So like, because it said that I can, we can try to sit as long as we can. Then I noticed I keep opening my eyes at the 8 minutes. Yeah.
Because you stop, you don't want to meditate anymore. So before you open up your eyes, tell yourself not to open up your eyes and continue with your mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Then you can meditate longer.
So I should
yes, every time you want to stop, tell yourself to do more.
Okay.
See how many times you can do that and how long. See, it's your defilement. Your defilement wants you to stop to meditate. Your defilement wants you to go to watch TV or drink some refreshment or eat something. You have to resist this defilement urge by using more mindfulness, creating more mindfulness by reciting mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, or if you can chant something, you cannot do some chanting. Buddhang saranang gacchami, Dhammang saranang gacchami, Sanghang saranang gacchami. Keep doing this repeatedly for a while, then your urge to stop will disappear temporarily, and you can continue on meditating.
Okay. So when I cannot, I feel like opening my eyes.
Then you have to stop. You have to resist this urge.
Resist it.
This is the way to move forward. See? Don't give in to your urge. Don't give in to your desire to stop. You say, no, I don't want to stop. I want to continue.
Okay.
So you keep your mind busy by using mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, or by chanting.
Okay. Okay.
Then after a while, your urge might disappear, and then you can continue sitting for a longer time. And when the next urge come again, then you resist it again by reciting mantra, do some chanting again.
Okay. So I'll just switch from noticing the breath to or chant
Yes.
when I feel like I cannot continue anymore.
Yes. It means you're running out of gas, running out of mindfulness. If you drive the automobile, you have to stop at a gas station to fill up before you can drive further.
Okay.
So every time you feel like to stop meditating, it means you run out of mindfulness. So you have to generate more mindfulness by reciting mantra or chanting. And when you have enough mindfulness to stop your desire to stop, then you can come back and watch your breath again.
Okay.
Or you can continue with your chanting or your as long for as long as possible.
Okay.
You might be able to sit and chant for 1 hour or 2 hours. If you enjoy chanting.
Okay. Yeah. Then even in daily life, when we are feeling bored and want to watch TV, then we should also resist it and just do chanting.
Yes. Then after a while, you'll forget about what you want to drink or what to eat.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me try and then I update you again.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, good luck. You have more questions from Facebook?
Yes, one more question from Dean Swan. Dear Thanajan, what is the best way to deal with the Anusaya Kilesa? Are there different approaches or methods to handle this? It seemed to be endlessly bubbling up in deeper meditation for the past years. Will it eventually come to an end? Thank you, Thanajan.
Yes, you need stronger mindfulness and wisdom to be able to get rid of the deeper defilement that is deeply embedded in the mind. So as you advance in your practice of mindfulness and wisdom, you will eventually be able to get rid of all types of defilements. Okay. All right, I think maybe that's about it for now, unless somebody else would like to ask any more questions. Okay, nobody. So thank you for your participation in this meeting. I hope it is beneficial for you and help you advance in your practice. And in the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you again at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะ
Thank you, Tan.
สาธุค่ะ
Good
Bye
night.
bye.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Good night.
Thank you, Kun Amin. Thank you, Tia.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay.
ก็ลืมปิดเลย
Bye.
บายค่ะ
Thank you.
เดี๋ยวนะอีกหนึ่ง โอเค หมดแล้วค่ะ
สาธุค่ะ อนุโมทนาค่ะ
สาธุอนุโมทนาค่ะ พี่ชัยยิ้มหวาน